Something that can be really useful when trying to make your leaflets look neat and tidy is the snapping tool in Affinity Publisher, which you can find on the toolbar at the top here with the magnet logo. Okay, so I'm just going to show you a few different ways that that can work. If I just turn off preview mode here so that we can see the guidelines and margins that we've got drawn. Because we've got the snapping tool on, if I now choose to draw a rectangle, for example, you'll see as I hover over the page to start drawing it, we're getting these red and green lines and red and green circles appearing as I go near to the guides or as I go near to items that are already on the page. That's because Affinity Publisher is trying to help me line up whatever I'm about to draw either with the guideline or level with something else on the page. So if I just click, let's say we want a rectangle up here, you'll see as I draw it, it's also snapping to that guideline there to keep it within that guideline. Okay, and I can do that all the way across, and it'll do that everywhere on all the different guides. Okay, if I turn the snapping tool off and then choose to draw another rectangle, you'll see that as I hover over the page, those red and green lines are no longer appearing. And as I draw something, it's no longer neatly automatically lining up with those guidelines. Okay, and that's the same with any of the tools that you might use, whether it's artistic text or frame text or sticking a photo in. It'll do the same thing. And also, if I click on snapping again to turn it back on, and if we want to move this this rectangle around, you'll see the same thing is happening. Those red and green guidelines, snapping lines are appearing to help me try and line it up with whatever is on the page. Okay. So if we just have a look at this example focus leaflet here, this can be really useful because we can, again, line up anything that we've got very neatly into our spaces. So here, for example, we have a bar chart in the bottom right-hand corner, and we want to keep everything to do with this bar chart within this square within the guidelines. If I just make this text bigger, again, you'll see that as soon as it reaches the guideline, it snaps and stops. Obviously, I can override it and keep going, but having that sort of snapping option there really helps in terms of keeping everything lined up and neat with clear white space between every item on your page, and just makes your leaflet look much tidier and much easier to read.